It's a nice quiet day in the crypto market, isn't it? I jest, of course, guys. Welcome back to Cheeky Crypto Uncensored. Let's talk about Solana. In today's video, we have seen a bit of volatility in the market, to say the least, today. Let's get straight into this one. Solana, on that weekly time frame, we know we are looking at this bigger play, this 5-wave structure. We can determine the moves in this wave 3 lower down in the time frames. We will of course get onto that one later in the video, potentially targeting out this bigger move down in the wave 4. On the daily time frame, well, we can see that it does look like we have capped out this 5th wave move. We have seen a bit of a pullback over the last hour or so here in the market. Of course, on that 4-hour time frame, we can see how this one is playing out, knocking out the idea of the C-wave move, taking us up to around that $135 to $147 level, and perhaps we are looking at a bigger reversal in the markets. So let's not waste any time. Let's get straight on down through all of the analysis that I do think is important for Solana in today's video. But guys, you know, first of all, we have to run that intro. Welcome back to Cheeky Crypto Uncensored. What a day it has been in the market so far. A dramatic pullback across the market. What does that mean for many of the structures? Has a lot changed? Do we have to look at things through a different light? Well, let's take a look at Solana in particular here for today's video, and we will start off on that 4-hour time frame. So previously we were looking and exploring this A, B and C pattern to the upside, targeting $135 to $147. We can clearly see that this is not the move in play. So for the purpose, let's just take off the A, B and C to start with here. We can see the expectation there for that 5th wave has been met. If we're really to draw the fibs across here, we know this has been met quite a while back. It was a very explosive move to the upside. But the idea that we were kind of tracing here was this to be a 535 corrective move to the upside. Overall, we were looking for another 5-wave move to play out here, giving us that A, B and C move to the upside. Now that was the expectation, given the fact that these structures that have led into here have all been corrective structures. Yes, they were nesting impulsive moves. So perhaps inside here we don't actually have an impulsive structure. It's actually something a little bit different. It's very hard to see what it may be, but nevertheless we have seen a dramatic pullback in the price action. So of course we did see this initial move down in the C-wave, taking us into that typical retracement area, and from here we looked good to go to the upside. This move on up for Solana looked great, and of course we have seen that one break down. So we will take that 100% move to the downside, and we can take over to that swing low, where we that swing high of $116.95. We'll just drag this down to it, where we can see here equilibrium, the 200 EMA, the 1-to-1 and the 1.236 have all been met on that pullback for Sol. Where we can also see here this fair value gap. Where does this one come back to? 21st of December with a high of $85.13 and a low of $84.69 has been the area of resistance for Sol's price action. So overall, yes, it does look like we have potentially completed a bigger move to the downside here, this A, B and C structure. We can see the target area has simply been met here between 89.91 and 84.5. So perhaps this could be an area you would be looking to go long for Sol, and it may not be a bad idea. When we look at the position of the stochastics, the hourly, the 4-hourly, the 8-hourly, and that daily stochastic are all now in the oversold position. This pullback has seen a correction across the markets, including here on the stochastics. When we look at the RSI, well, the relative strength has also seen a healthy correction to the downside. We can of course see intense amount of selling pressure, selling volume. When we look at the cheeky cipher, well, we do see we had that red go short signal. The VWAP turned extremely negative here. So overall, the VWAP in itself, if we had been watching that one, it would have been a fantastic short position. Have we got any divergences? Everything is sitting pretty well on the charts here. So overall, we could be looking at this, this is the finishing point of this move, and we will look for that next correction to the upside. In my opinion, we will be seeing this correction between obviously that 50 to 80% level. If we were just to draw this one onto the charts, we would be looking between $103 on the lower end and perhaps $120 on the upper end. But what does this tell us overall for the price action of Sol? Well, I do believe that this would just be the bigger move, tracking that downwards pressure overall. if we're really to be really early with this one, we go for the most cynical, the most bearish possible structure playing out. Looking at roughly the 786 Fibonacci level of $116 here for the retracement. Well, yeah, further down the line, we could see this price action drop down to around $70 to $77 here. Obviously, that's a very early price target there. There's no strength, there's no power behind that move overall. That's purely us mapping out the possible moves that may be playing out on this 4 hour time frame, which of course would take us up towards a daily. So yes, I do expect to see a retrace. From obviously this dramatic pullback, $103 to $120 would obviously be that next interesting area here. We'll put that one in purple, as that obviously would be, you know, the next move that I do think we should be looking at. Let's just fill in these boxes so we know everything is in relation to one another, this A, B and C structure. But yeah, we can see that possible C wave target, which is much further down the line. But of course, we would have to see this B wave happen first of all. It would take us down to, you know, this previous area of support. Yeah, round about $71.78, this internal buy order. Very interesting spot. So what we could do now is take that over to the daily time frame. Nothing really much changing here. It does look like we've had the start of a pullback overall, A, B and C. Of course, we discussed there on the lower time frames, looking for that next move to the upside to once again bring us back down overall in a bigger corrective move for Solana. Then we could of course look at that as one wave. We would look for another corrective move where we could obviously start to see these ones nesting down much deeper for Sol, but we won't get into that. It's far too bearish for today's video. Let's just look at what has happened. So previously we spoke about the moves to the upside, and it does look like this fifth wave has capped out its overall move, but we can see this yellow line here, the 1.618 from the daily from the weekly time frame, sorry. We know we have met that 1.618 target level, so we are looking for that wave 4 pullback, and we can target this one out here on the daily time frame just so we can map this one out, where we would be looking of course at that 30 to 50% retracement level between 59.16 and 46.18. This in my opinion is the next pit stop for Solana. So as we can see, we're looking at the moves playing out here, these potential pullbacks. Why I was suggesting this may be a nested one, we could see this move back up, and we would obviously look for then another move to the downside, bring us in towards that target area. It's just to be prepared for these possibilities. One thing we have got left on the charts here, a few videos ago, if you were keeping up to date with all the Solana analysis here, we left this previous area of support turned resistance, which has been, you know, very tactile for us going forward. We can obviously put that one back onto the charts. We could look to see the price pull on back down to here. Now, how would that fall in retrospect to the 0.236? It falls between the 0.236 and the 0.382 Fibonacci levels. So I do think this box we have on the charts here is still, you know, quite useful to keep here. What we can also put onto here is the swing high. We could potentially take that swing low. It's not really the best of areas really to be watching here. We could have, you know, this area right on in here where we've kind of struggled for the price action, finding it as support, as resistance, as support, as resistance till it broke through it, then turned it into support. So potentially we could leave this one here on the charts. Yeah, why not? Why the hell not? For the sake of today's video, we'll leave this one also on the charts. A couple of previous areas of support, turn resistance, we could see this price pull on back to, so we can drag these across when at the time becomes relevant. So overall, yeah, on the daily chart, we could see that one that pullback obviously continue, potentially $59 to $46 here. Over to the weekly chart. So what we're talking about here was that 1.6 when it was hit here. Let's just do a couple of checks. We do take that 100% move of the wave 1, bring over to the wave 2 swing low of $12.80 exactly, where we can see that 1.618 Fibonacci level, the impulsive trigger, the 1.618 impulsive trigger here was met for this wave 3. So it does look like that wave 3 itself has completed. It may push on again. Time will tell, but overall it does look like the wave 3 has completed. Of course, that could just be the internal wave 4 of that wave 5. We'll address that if it comes, so there's no point overly complicating today's video. So overall, we will be looking for that fourth wave retracement. I'm sure I've already corrected this one. Yeah, this one's already put onto the chart correctly. We can see here between the 0.382 and the 0.5 Fibonacci levels. Yeah, overall that would be a very interesting pullback for Solana to come down to $52 to around about that $40 level. Why it's so interesting? Well, we can see this would retest this trend line that we have been watching, starting from the bear market bottom 26th of December 2022 at $8. We can see it was tested here on the 5th of June, retested once again on the 11th of September. A pullback to retest this area in that wave 4, in my opinion, is a very interesting level for Solana to come on down to. in terms of a pullback from its current price action, it's a 40 to around about a 59% move from the current high we have here. The local high is around about a 6 to 8% move to 58% move. So I don't think it's out of the realms of possibility to see that price come on down to $52 to $40. Then of course from there we can be a bit more bullish, where we have spoken about previously this fifth wave move filling out that fair value gap from December 2021. We can see the 1.236 here between $155.28 and the 1.618 here at $216.76. The next potential move overall for Solana's price action. So yes, a quick update, my thoughts, my opinions on what is going on for Solana. Of course, it's been quite an extremely volatile day today. I think we can all agree on that one. It's great to see these pullbacks in the market, but when they happen so quickly, so fast, it does leave a lot of uncertainty. So I wanted to make sure I got in here today, had a quick update of all things going on with Solana's price action. So guys, if you did enjoy today's video, if you didn't enjoy today's video, smash up the like button, subscribe, tap on the bell, selecting all the notifications, all the usual good stuff. We really appreciate it when you do that for us. Guys, please stay safe in this market. It's extremely volatile. If you are going to trade, please do trade safely. Have a nice tight stop loss. Make some great gains. Stay safe in the space. And until next time, have a very nice day.